couple of good friends. What more could you add to make it special? Well, I'll tell you what you can add. You can add shitloads of money, gambling, round robins, teasers. We have it all here on Brunch Betting. That's right. It's XFL Jim, Chase, Lupin Fiasco Sesums, and Eric Uncle Rico Magoo giving you the best sports plays you can find. That's right, bitches. It's Brunchtime Betting. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Brunchtime Betting. As always, it is me, XFL Jim. That's right, we're feeling intense today. We're getting ready for the 4th of July. We're getting ready to be excited next week. As always, I'm joined by the man himself, Eric, a.k.a. Uncle Rico, your favorite sports candy capper, and mine, baby. What up, everybody? Shout out Sports Facts in the chat.
What's that little thing behind? That's
the chat. That's the chat, Eric. The StreamYard lets you put the chat down there now.
Jesus, dude.
I know, right? How the flip did you come up with Pages as a catcher in DFS yesterday?
I needed a low budget option, and he fit. He's been hot over the last couple days.
Shout out, let's make some money. Shout out Sports Facts. Eric, I have a question to pose to you, or maybe just asking your opinion on this. So I'm just going to get right into one of my bets where you can talk about any other sports news and anything going on that we want to talk about. There's some other questions I have, but the Arena Football 1 Crown Championship is today. It is the Nashville Cats versus the Albany Firebirds.
Okay.
They're having their championship game at noon Central.
Respect.
So they're playing in Albany. They're playing at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay.
What is your opinion on playing a championship game at that time?
So, just hear me out. Today is a loaded sports day.
Yes.
Like NASCAR,
I believe that is partially the reason why.
NASCAR usually is on Sunday later in the day. There is a WWE pay-per-view. For some reason, they are in Saudi Arabia right now. We're not going to get political here. I have no idea why they still went on that trip or whatever. That's midday. I think that starts in a little bit. But I don't think, looking at the baseball games, there's only one game at noon. So, I mean, you're not really competing with MLB.
Yeah.
And at 3 o'clock, I'm looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games at 3. 2 games at 6, 1 game at 8:30. You know, it makes sense, dude. It makes sense. WNBA and only one WNBA game today. So in terms of actually saying, hey, when is there less competition, that actually makes sense.
That's probably why they're doing it. I would have preferred, because like this is a personal thing for me. On the weekends, since I don't work, and when I work, I have to like travel for work. Mm-hmm. I get stuff done during the day on weekends.
Yep.
So I won't be able to lie. I'll be able to watch the game. I'll have the game on in the background. Either go to Evergreen. No, Evergreen now will only be rebroadcasting. If you have Vice TV, that's how you can watch the championship game, the Crown.
Hey, buddy, I have Vice TV.
Dude, put it on. These teams are great, and I already showed you, and you know we're rolling with the Nashville Cats. Like you've seen that logo.
I want to know when you're going to slide into the Punter's DMs and get that.
I did that challenge. Not too long ago. I need to see if I could DM him on Instagram and get him on.
It was a hell of a freaking video too.
He's a great dude. But also they did the awards. Tyler Kolka, quarterback of the Cats, very hot, hit or miss. Very like when he's on, he's on. When he's not, he's not. But the quarterback for Albany, I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the UFL next season. Dude, this Albany Firebirds team is one of the best arena football teams, like on paper, on roster, that I've ever seen.
Okay.
They're killing people. They're undefeated.
I'm still distracted by the chat room comments down below me. I can't.
Speaking of which, I hate the Lakers did want a future from the CFL. At this point in time, I don't know, man. So, Eric, I'll run through these CFL futures real quick. I want your opinion on them. They're kind of listed in tiers. You have the Alouettes, Bombers, and Rough Riders all sitting at plus 280.
Okay.
You have the Argos, Red Blacks, and BC Lions all at plus 800. You have the Ticats at 12 to 1, the Stampeders at 16 to 1, and the Elks at plus 7,000. Some would argue there's value on the Elks. I will not be one of those people.
So what are the BC Lions at?
8 to 1, plus 800.
And they're in 4th place in the West. And what'd you say the Argos are?
Also plus 800.
And they're last place. What are the Tiger Cats?
12 to 1, plus 1,200.
I'd
say
Tiger Cats.
I'd say probably value in Hamilton there at plus 1,200.
Yeah.
Obviously, I also don't want to count out Toronto at 8 to 1, especially if they get Chad Kelly back.
That's too short, dude.
I know, but like they get Chad Kelly back and he's playing like he was these last couple years. They're going to be back there with the favorites. Like maybe wait around. If you're going to think about the Argos, probably wait around. You'll probably get better numbers in like 2 or 3 weeks from now.
Because Montreal lost last night, right?
Montreal did, yes. They lost to Hamilton. Pretty badly, too. So, I like the value on Hamilton at plus 1,200. I wouldn't hate you taking Toronto. Probably wait around on that one, though.
So this is going to be a nice little July 3rd game. Bombers and Stamps.
Bombers and Stamps should be pretty good, but I don't know, man. Stampeders have looked rough. They've looked rough these opening weeks. It's been tough for them.
And the Elkies, dude. Jesus, man.
That organization is just in shambles. And Ford didn't even look bad this week. He didn't even look bad. He looked pretty good, but like receivers were dropping balls. The defense was. The Elks are just in shambles. But remember, they started last year like 0-4, 0-5, and then just like started stringing off some wins.
But I mean, that's the thing. The season is so goddamn fucking long.
It's the same thing. Everyone's like crowning the Rough Riders right now, but they started like 4-0, 5-0, and then went on a 7-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. The season. Like, at this point right now, I would take Hamilton, but in like 6 weeks, you'll probably get value on a Toronto or an Ottawa.
Yeah, because the season's so long, you're always going to be able to find value.
It's about when you get them. Like Winnipeg right now, definitely no value. Montreal is negative value. Saskatchewan, I would sell.
You'd sell?
Oh, dude, the only ones I would buy are Hamilton or so British Columbia. The Lions at plus 800, I don't hate.
Okay.
I don't hate them at plus 800. Any other sports news that you feel like covering, Eric, before we get into just straight up picks?
All right. So, number one, I do have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Do we have takes? Do we have opinions?
Number one. So, FanDuel comes out with what happened was on FanDuel was in a Discord, there was like a 900,000 to 1 parlay, home run parlay posted.
Okay.
A guy played who has a Discord, $11 bet. He won. More people followed him. Okay. And it hit FanDuel for $2.2 million. They lost literally $2.2 million on it. And then FanDuel is claiming that this terms update that was rolled out was scheduled where if they feel like a group is taking advantage, they're going to limit how much you can do. Does that make sense? So like if
the sports books, like they limit people all the time.
But no, it's like if so many people do the same parlay and there's that many people are win it. So if this happens again, they're not going to pay out the whole thing. they'll just pay out the max.
Oh,
Divide
yeah.
it amongst everybody. So here is me. This is me. I'm a math guy. So let's think of the Discord. Let's think how many bets were made and how many were lost. And all the bets are $10 bets. Anyone that is in the sports betting industry will tell you we make money on our parlays, and most parlays are $10 because you have these kids on the internet now that are giving out these astronomical home run bets every single week, every single day.
And people are just like, oh, $10, that's nothing.
Yeah.
I'll throw $10 here.
Great bets is actually what they kind of fear and what they tend to limit a little bit more. The thing that blows my mind is I feel if FanDuel had any sense whatsoever, they would be exploiting this and they would try to be getting more people to do this, because the reality is you're going to make more than you lose as a sportsbook over time. So it's just astronomical to me. What are you doing? So that's one thing that really stood out to me. The second thing is I always love the NBA and NFL draft because everyone becomes an expert.
Yes.
You see all these people come out the expert. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a couple people smart as shit. I'll listen to their stuff. Smart as shit. But sometimes there's moves and you really like scratch your head. Now, I know you're not engulfed into the NBA as much as I am. So when the Bucks traded for Drew Holiday, they sent an unprotected pick for the 2026 pick to the
Celtics.
Pelicans.
Oh, Pelicans. Okay.
Because Holiday went from the Pellies to the Bucks.
Oh, okay.
Now, Giannis may leave this year. We have no idea what the fuck Giannis is doing. Now, if Giannis leaves, this team could be in shambles and could be a lottery team, and it's unprotected. So that means anywhere it is, it's theirs. And next year's draft, there's going to be a kid from BYU. There's going to be Carlos Boozer's kid. There's another kid whose name I'm spacing on. It's going to be more loaded than this draft class. And that's a pretty juicy pick to have. And you're going to be bad as well, too, because DeJounte Murray's hurt. Zion Williamson can't stay healthy. You're going to be shitty as well. So with the 23rd pick, you trade up to the 13th pick.
I did hear about this.
And send your unprotected pick in the package to the Atlanta Hawks to draft Derek McQueen, who we don't even know is going to be a starter in the fucking league. Like, what the living fuck are you doing? So we don't know how good McQueen is. He may be a good guy. You know what? He may be a starter in the league. But the thing is, we don't know that. What we do know is next year's draft is going to be stacked, and you had a chance to get a top five, potentially a top 5 pick, and now you don't because the Hawks have it.
Got him.
So it's just I don't
mind games, Eric. Mind games.
What you're doing, because like you got to think of it like with their 8th pick, they took Fears, the point guard from Oklahoma. So now you took him so early. You took McQueen so early. You got to start those two. You got Zion. This team's not going to play any fucking defense. Jim, first week of the season, we're going to be doing nothing but betting Pelicans overs because this team's not going to be able to play defense. It's just, we all are guessing who's going to be good, who's going to be bad. But if you have a potential to have a top pick in a draft where it's going to be loaded, you got to keep that close to your best.
I don't get this. I mean, NBA is probably even more so. Why? I don't get trading away the future like that. With like almost a guaranteed great pick.
Especially when you're just going to be bad next year.
Like, they're not in win now mode.
No, they're not. And you don't even know. They may end up trading Zion. Zion can't stay fucking healthy.
He's someone who needs to go to like a Utah or someone that doesn't have like
And
They
then
don't
also,
let you watch porn, and there's not really that much good food. That's where he needs to go.
also Ace Bailey, like sometimes, how can I word this?
I saw the take on him that he should just sit in the G League for a year.
No, why would he do that?
No. Like Utah or like should just make him.
But
Just like teach him what's what.
But it's not him though. Like he went down to Atlanta. I remember Shahif Cooper. He played for Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't think he was that good. Like he went for 1 year. Like he got drafted in the second round. Now he's out of the league. His dad is his agent and the one handling him. Now he did have a run with Isaac Okoro, who's on the Cavs. And he was so bad, Okoro just was like, dude, you're done. I'm firing you. But just to put it in perspective, if he would have went 3 to Philadelphia, where he should have gone, you're going to be playing with Tyrese Maxey, McLean, Embiid if he can stay healthy, Paul George. So you're going to have always the better matchup. Life's going to be easier for you. And now you say you don't want to go there. You want to go to DC for whatever reason. Him not going there cost him $10 million.
Yeah.
Like literally, like you say you're looking out for this kid. You have a guy who clearly has shown he has no idea what the fuck he's doing. And I think Bailey is so young. He's going to this guy for guidance, and this guy's just giving him bad guidance. I don't think it's Ace Bailey. I think it's more Old Man Cooper just giving him bad shit.
Okay, so you're excusing. You're taking it off of Ace Bailey's shoulders.
Yeah, because everyone
he very much doesn't want to play at Utah.
Everyone had to talk to Cooper. Cooper was the guy who was talking. It wasn't Ace Bailey.
That sucks. That sucks. I hate that.
So, it's brutal, dude.
That's awful. Did you see the collusion case in the NFL?
No.
Something with like the ownership, I believe. They were like colluding to not give out max contracts to people.
I never talked to you. Did you see Tua's new hair?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude.
Can I look this up?
Yeah, look at Tua's new hair, dude. Maybe now you'll finally come on board.
Oh, you talking about the what are we talking about here?
The dreads.
The dreads? Or you talking about the cornrows?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they look fine.
Jesus, Jim.
I don't know any other Hawaiian who could pull off cornrows like that.
All I know is Ewers is going to be starting by week 10.
Who's the other backup that we got?
The MILF Hunter.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
The MILF Hunter. Come on, Jim.
Oh, we also got Brett Gabbert.
So let me ask you this real quick before we get started. We're going to be...
I put Gabbert over fucking Ewers.
Jim and I are going to be starting our UFC, Jesus Christ, our college football betting stuff in the next couple of weeks. And this one guy told me this, and we were talking about Texas and everything. He asked me what futures I had. If Arch Manning couldn't start over Brock Ewers yet last year, and we're just supposed to Quinn Ewers, whatever the fuck.
I got
you. Know what I got you. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying though. Should we be a little concerned that Archie Manning ain't that?
I think up to a point. I think obviously at the start of the year, I think coming into the season, like Ewers was the guy, and he had shown enough in his previous years to like be the guy, at least in college. Mm-hmm. But like midway through the season, like the latter half of the season, if Arch isn't getting in over like an injured Quinn Ewers, who's like obviously broken, maybe there's issues. Unless like for some reason Sark is just extremely loyal to his guy.
Sark loyal.
I don't know. Like there's reason to be like skeptical about.
It's just something to think about, dude.
There's reason to be skeptical. I don't have Texas making the SEC championship game. I'll just tell you that right now.
I haven't even started the SEC. I'm knee deep in.
It's whatever, Eric. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm not going to have Texas making the SEC championship game. If you ask me right now,
let me guess, Texas A&M.
No, Texas A&M will never be better than 9-3.
South Carolina.
It will be Georgia,
Vanderbilt, and their 45-year-old quarterback.
Oh God, I would love Vanderbilt to make it. No, it'll be Georgia, LSU.
Really?
Yep. That's my take. Georgia, LSU.
Okay.
And the 4 playoff teams from the SEC will be Georgia, LSU. I'm going to say South Carolina gets it. South Carolina and Florida.
Really?
DJ Lagway comes unleashed, but Florida still drops some games because it's a very hard schedule. Florida will actually be the first team to get in with a 9-3 record, to make the playoffs with a 9-3 record.
Hey, Jimmy calling a shot. Okay.
Boom. Boom. Just wait till we get to the Big Ten preview, Eric. Just wait.
Immediately.
We're going to have Iowa making the championship game. We're going to get dangerous here. We're going to get dangerous.
You almost cost me a lung right there, dude.
All right. I don't think there's really been any other big news or anything going on, right?
No.
Antonio Brown still on the run for attempted murder.
Antonio Brown on the run, allegedly dead broke. So, I don't know, man. You got to feel for that guy. And I mean, hopefully it leans to, how can I word this? They're being done more for
to help him?
Brain injuries.
Oh, yeah, honestly. Yeah, that guy's going to be CTE'd out the ass.
Yeah.
Eric, I'll start us off. I talked about it. The AF1 Crown Championship. My buddies over at Heritage Sports, they let you do one bet. It's just money line. It's straight money line. That's all they let you do. So, here's what we have, Eric. The Nashville Cats are plus 336. The Albany Firebirds are minus 686.
Okay.
We're taking the Cats. They're going to come in hot. These teams played already a couple times this season. The Cats were in it, but the one thing the Cats cannot do, which they do time and time again, is they take quarters off. You cannot take a quarter off against the Albany Firebirds. I don't think the Cats will. This is the biggest game of the season. Give me the Nashville Cats to beat Albany in Albany plus 336.
Okay. Right.
Nashville, baby.
My first bet, I'm going to the diamond here. I am taking the Miami Marlins first 5 plus 115. Now, when people hear Marlins, they immediately think bottom tier. But here's the reality. Over the last week, Marlins have been one of the best offenses in baseball against right-handed pitching. Second most hits, second most runs, best batting average. Today, they face Brandon Pafat, and StarCast numbers are not kind. Negative 13 pitching run value. That's in the 3rd percentile. His fastball, the pitch he leans on the most, has a +1 run value. The Marlins will roll out 6 guys today with a positive run value. Against that translation, they're built to hit him. Over the last month, Parfat's ERA is 7 with a 1.67 whip. His career ROI on first 5 moneyline bets, negative 7.7%. Diamondbacks as favorites this season, negative 5.7% ROI. Marlins over the last 2 months, plus 4.1% ROI in the first 5 as underdogs in that span, an insane 15.3% ROI. Look, in baseball betting, I always say you want to take the hotter bats. That's what Miami is right now, the hotter bats. Give me the Marlins first 5 plus 115.
I'm sticking with football, Eric, because as you very well know, football season never ends. We're going across the pond to Europe, to the ELF, the European League of Football. One thing I know about this league, it's the same thing. The ELF, to me, every week, is the same as the early weeks of college football. You're going to see some big favorites. And you can't be afraid to take big favorites because there are a shitload of blowouts in this league. So I'm going to take The Helvetic Mercenaries versus the Nordic Storm. We're going to go, Eric, with the Nordic Storm. The spread is 37.5.
Nope.
And I know you see those numbers, you get scared. A man of your caliber might be a little frightened, but not me. We're taking the Storm minus 37.5.
Minus 37.5.
Minus 37. Eric, I will, like, some of these scores will, like, amaze you. But yes, we're taking the Storm minus 37.5. I'm just going to take a look. We're going to go through these pretty darn quick. So we have some scores here. Madrid versus Hamburg, literally last week, 47-0.
Jesus.
Sorry, that was this week. That was earlier. That was last week. We had scores last week of like 70-6. There are some huge blowouts in this league. We just look back at week 6. 47-19, 44-12, 35-16, 35-12, 88-7.
88-7.
The Stuttgart Surge last week versus the Cologne Centurions. Cologne's really bad. Stuttgart won 88-7.
88-7.
Yeah, the Cologne Centurions scored 7 points in the third quarter. I'm just going through the box score, Eric. 28 first downs to 6. Only 283 yards of passing and 267 yards of rushing.
Okay.
Okay, what this is? Would that feel like only 400 some? You think 88 points would be kind of hard?
Yeah.
2 interceptions though, from Cologne. It's either way. You can't be afraid of big spreads.
You got to put on your big boy pants.
Damn right.
You know what? That's funny. Guess what my next bet is, my friend?
Ooh, lay it on us, baby.
Going to the Mariners, -0.5, first 5, even money. It's Brian flippin' Woo Dave. That should be enough said. The guy's a stud. Has straight up funded my bankroll. Let's get into the numbers. On the first 5 spread this season, hitting at 63.6%, 22.4% ROI. You take out his rookie season, that jumps to 67.6%, 31% ROI. Rocker from the Rangers is on the mound. Look, he's improved since going down to AAA, but when you look at his numbers, they're still not what we expected we're going to be getting this season. 4.61 ERA, 1.54 whip. StarCast numbers, -5 pitching run value, 16th percentile, -3 fastball run value, 22nd percentile. Throws a sinker, the most. 9 Mariners hitters today grade with a positive run value against that pitch. When we look at Seattle's offense leading into this game over the past week, 5th best batting average against righties, most runs and most hits over the last week against right-handed pitching. Meanwhile, Rocker in his career on the first 5 spread line, -60.7%. When we look at Woo for the season, he has a 16 pitching run value, 97th percentile. His fastball, which he leans on the most, 17 run value, 99th percentile. 3.12 ERA, 0.95 whip. Just elite, and he's facing a Rangers offense which is limping into this game. 25th in hits, 24th in runs against righties last week. They're cold. Woo is hot. I'm on the Mariners here, -0.5, first 5, even money.
I like it, Eric. I like it. I'm sticking with football, though.
Jeez, Jimmy.
We're heading to the IFL, the Indoor Football League. You got to keep cool in the summertime, Eric. What better way to keep cool than to stay inside, watch some arena football in the IFL? Green Bay Blizzard versus the Arizona Rattlers. Love giving me an Arizona team in the IFL as a dog. I'm taking the Rattlers straight up on the money line at +105. These teams historically fantastic. Green Bay is also usually a pretty good team, but I'm going to take the Rattlers here. I'll take both Arizona teams. I don't care.
I love it. I love it. I love it. My next bet is, where is that son bitch? One more baseball bet, Jimmy. I am going to the Rays plus 105 on the first 5. Look, gambling's all about buying low, selling high. Rays lost by 14 runs last night. Historically speaking, this is the bounce back. Teams that lost by 14 or more runs, first 5 over the last 20 years, 6.2% ROI. When they are a dog, that jumps up to 15.4% ROI. Rays are in the exact same spot. Eflin starts for Baltimore, and it's ugly. Negative 13 pitching run value, 4th percentile. Leans on the cutter. The Rays have 6 hitters today with a positive run value against it. When we look at June alone, recent form, 7.4 ERA, 1.94 whip. He has no business being the favorite. Rays are seeing the bell well. 8th in average, 12th in hits. They're getting on base. They're just not scoring. So positive regression is coming. And when you look at those numbers that Effin is putting on, he's allowing people to get on base as shown by his 1.94 whip number. I think this is the bounce back. I think this is where it happens. Give me the Rays plus 105 for the first 5.
Do I move over to the Diamond? No, I do not. We're staying with the IFL. There's another team that I will love, that I'm absolutely in love with this year. It's the Tulsa Oilers. I'm taking the Tulsa Oilers minus 10.5 versus the Fisher Freight. Freight's a pretty good team, but the Oilers are something different. Give me the Oilers minus 10.5 here. Last football game, though, is in the CFL.
All right.
We didn't do spring fever this week, Eric.
I know. I was dealing with bullshit at work.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm going to go over to Hot Atlanta for a little NASCAR, Jimmy, because we got NASCAR.
Ooh, doggy.
I got Ryan Blaney at plus 850 to win. Look, I get it. Not the flashy pick, but when it comes to speedway racing, he's the best in the field, flat out. Best average track finish here in his last 5 races in Atlanta. Worst finish is 9th. He's posted 9 top 10s in his last 10 races already this year at speedways. 7th in Daytona, 4th at Atlanta. Team Penske is dialed in. Great pit work, great strategy. Blaney already has a win on the season. Now, why is that important, Jim? Is going into the playoffs, the top 16 drivers make the playoffs, and you need to get a win to guarantee your spot. So hypothetically speaking, let's say you're sitting at 20th and you win a race, you're guaranteed to get in even if people have more points. The fact Blaney is already locked in, he's going to take more chances here and not be point racing. So I absolutely love that. So give me Ryan Blaney plus 850 to win in Hot Atlanta.
Whoo! 850 from the Uncle Rico. Coming in hot.
What do you
I
got?
like it.
What do you got?
I'm on with the CFL, Eric. I had to bet at least one CFL game this week. I did bet a couple more, but we just didn't get them on the show. I'm taking the Rough Riders today.
Ooh.
But you know my boy Trevor Harris isn't even getting the start.
Poor K.
He's kind of banged up. He got banged up last week. So let's take a look at the Rough Riders depth chart. If you could tell me who you think is going to start this one.
Oh my God. Dan Lefevre.
No, it's Mayer.
Oh.
It's Mayer, who has shown a lot of promise, was pretty good last season. The backup, if Mayer gets hurt, is Jack Cohn.
That's your boy, dude.
Yeah.
That's your boy.
Yeah, it is. The real star, though, will be touchdown Tommy Stevens. He's going to score, like, all the touchdowns here. Because what's going to happen, Saskatchewan's going to get close. Then they're going to, like, have to rely on him to sneak it in. But I still like Saskatchewan here over the Lions.
Touchdown Tommy?
Touchdown, dude. And, like, Rough Riders are riding hot. And you know what I'm doing? I'm still just riding the train of CFL favorites.
All right.
I'm hopping on that train. Maybe this is the week that it ends, but I do not care.
I got another NASCAR bet. I played Kyle Busch at plus 1,800 to win. Let's talk some real value. Since moving into the 8-car, Busch's worst finish here is 10th. 5th best average finish of this track. 4th best average finish across all speedways. And don't forget, he's a 2-time winner here. This year, even without a win, he's been quietly consistent. 5 top 10s in 25. 7th in Atlanta earlier this season. Now, the big thing with Kyle Busch, and for those who don't know, legend in the sport, there was rumors that they were going to go away from him because he's been struggling, hasn't won, getting up there in age. RCR, who he races for, has come out and said, hey, you know what? We're extending your contract another year, so that pressure is off. He really wants to get a win. He's going to be in a position here, so I'm going to take him at plus 1,800. I think there's major value.
Okay, get the Busch going, boys. Get it. I like it.
Get the Busch going.
So I'll go. I got some diamond plays for you, Eric. I got some plays on the diamond.
Love it.
First off, before I get to my plays, I will just say I also agree with you. I bet the Mariners just straight up money line. And then I also bet the Rays straight up money line.
There you go.
Not first 5. I just went full game. I'm not a coward like you, like some people on this show. I like to risk it. I'm fine with that. But otherwise, the numbers spoke to me in these spots. Sports Facts, are you going to give out a DFS lineup today?
I haven't even looked at it, and probably not.
Yeah, I got nothing for DFS. The numbers spoke to me, and they told me, Jim, you must take the Padres and Reds over 9.5 runs. So I did.
Did you see that kid went deep last night, man? The kid had a no-hitter deep. All right, I got one. I got a couple more, so I'm gonna cut you off here.
That's fine.
Okay. I got one more NASCAR bet. I got Ricky Stenhouse plus 200 top 10. Now it's one simple 2-1 on one of the best speedway drivers in NASCAR. I'll take that every time. He's got top 10 finishes in 3 of his last 4 races here. Average finish in that span, 8.8. Let's not forget he's won at Talladega and Daytona, so he knows how to race at a speedway. What really stands out in this year's Atlanta race, he started 34th. He finished 5th. That's the kind of movement you want to see, someone that will be aggressive, that he's shown. He's smart in traffic, proven track record. I absolutely love Ricky Stenhouse, plus 200 top 10 finish.
God dang. Uncle Rico's cooking with that NASCAR. Jeff's asking Nashville or Albany. I went with the Cats. I went with the Nashville Cats. The numbers, as they spoke to me, they continue to say, you must take the over in the A's-Yankees game, over 9.5 runs. The numbers decree it, and so shall it be.
Okay. I'm switching to the octagon here, okay?
Whew! Get dangerous with it.
Give me Talbot, plus 155. I say it all the time. Gambling is about buying low, selling high. This is a textbook definition. 2 fights ago, Talbot was a minus 1,200 favorite against Barcelos. Everyone was hyping him up, being the next big thing at bantamweight. He lost the decision. Now, all of a sudden, we're getting him at plus 155 against Lima. I'm buying the dip. Talbot has the tools, the upside to beat Lima. We're talking about a guy that has 7 KO wins in 7 KOs and 9 wins. Once landed 145 strikes in a single fight. That's not normal output. That's pressure that breaks people. He starts fast. He throws with volume. He makes opponents uncomfortable in a hurry. That's how you win fights. Lima's good. No disrespect. He's riding a 14-fight winning streak. And yeah, he's showing versatility, especially with his grappling. But he's not Barcelona's. Now, he doesn't have the same experience or savvy. What I see in the spot is his Talbot's size, pace, and pressure can flip the script, especially late in the fight. Here's the thing. Talbot's a giant bantamweight. He's got the height. He's got the reach. He can make the small adjustments, bend his knees a bit, rip to the body more. Just be smarter. Look, I'm taking Talbot here, plus 155.
I'm sticking with the diamond, Eric. Because the numbers just kept speaking. And I had to take another over. Giants White Sox over 8. Plus 102 on that. It had to be done. There's nothing I could do about it. I see the numbers. They literally put into my head that the Giants and White Sox are going to score over 8 runs.
Dude, when the ball's hot at fucking whatever they're calling it now, that fucker flies at that stadium. When it's hot there, that ball flies like no other. So,
And is it hot there, Eric?
it's going to be in the 90s today, buddy. It's going to be a little toasty. It's going to be a little toasty here today.
It's fucking brutal.
Sorry, dude. You're talking. I'm trying to put together a fucking DFS lineup.
Okay, well, I'll do one more then because the numbers they kept speaking. You got it. You got it.
Dude, I got more, dude. I got more. Let's go to Royval plus 105. Look, I get it. Joshua Van has been electric. 23, 4-fight heater. He's making the UFC look easy right now, but I can't shake the feeling we've seen this exact setup before. Remember when Brandon Royval faced off against another hype prospect, Tara? Everyone thought he was the next young up-and-comer to break out. Royval just completely outcast him. That's what he does. He just rails the hype trains. Now, I'm not denying Van's power. This kid's got sharp hands, legit knockout ability, serious momentum, but he's also jumping back in just 3 weeks after his last fight. No full camp. He's facing the number one flyweight contender with a massive edge in experience, versatility, and fight IQ. That's a huge ass. Royval's striking has improved a ton since his early UFC days. You already know what he brings to the table. 9 submission wins, slick transitions, and a real knack for scrambling. That's going to be a problem if Van overcommits or starts fading late. Now let's talk fight IQ and endurance. Royval's gone the distance in 5-rounders with guys like Brandon Morena and Alex Pajan. Van, we haven't seen him in the deep, gritty war like that before. Now he has a short turnaround facing a guy who is tricky, durable, and can beat anyone in the division. And my boy David, who I do diamond bets with, trains at the same gym as Royval. He says the guy's locked in. He said this is the best shape he's seen him, laser focused. He's actually even going to be at the fights this weekend. If Royval wins, he is going to be partying with him in the after party. Look, Van's raw, dangerous, but Royval's battle tested, ranked number 1 for the reason. You're giving me plus money on him. I'll take it all day long.
Love it. Love it. The numbers told me to take 1 under.
1 under?
1 under. 1 under on the card today. It's the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. Under 9.
I love it.
They were spinning right in front of me, and I had to take the under. 1 more baseball play to go.
Have you seen how hideous those Red Sox jerseys are? Where they're like,
they're really bad. They're really ugly.
They are unforeseeably ugly. My last bet. I am going to the main event. Last week we hit our boy Co at plus 370. Jim, tonight, you know what we're doing? We are taking Charles the Bronx Oliveira at plus 330. I get it. Everyone and their damn cousin is betting Torpilla this weekend, but you know what? We're fading the public here. We're taking Oliveira, my friend, aka the Bronx. This guy holds the record for finishes in the UFC, submissions. A former lightweight champion, has wins over Gaethje, Poirier, and Chandler. He's not washed. He's not done. This is a winnable fight if you actually are watching the tape. When you look at his losses, he lost to Islam, the best fighter in the sport right now. Armen, who's elite, and he lost a razor-close decision. Topuria, that's not his style. He's a striker. He's going to keep this standing. Powerful, precise, dangerous, no doubt. But he's stepping in against a lightweight with 5-inch is reach advantage, 3-inch height, and a decade level of UFC experience. Now, let's be real. Oliveira hasn't been knocked out since 2017. He's been dropped, sure, but he always bounces back. He thrives in chaos. That's his whole game. You clip him, you better finish him fast, or he's dragging you into the fire. Oliveira's pressure, pace, and submission game are problems. Topuria hasn't seen. This dude doesn't take his foot off the gas. He walks forward, throwing front kicks, elbows, sneaky combos, and he doesn't stop. Torpilla is really going to feel this difference at 155, especially into those deep waters. I like the value here. Torpilla's minus 400 says he's going to win 77% of the time. I don't see that at all. I'm backing the veteran, the finisher, the former champ at a juicy plus 330. I really feel the Bronx has another big moment left in him.
Okay. Last bet for the diamond. I got one more bet after this, but it's not diamond related.
Ooh.
Mets over the Pirates. Mets over the Pirates.
Bounce back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bounce back? Okay.
Mets over the Pirates, baby. My last bet, Eric.
I got one more.
You got one more regular? You got one more regular before the parlays?
Yeah, I got one more.
Okay, lay it on me, Daddy. Give it to me.
Look, this one is insane. We all know women's fights are never finished. We are taking Tracy Cortez to win in the third round at 34-1.
Okay.
She has a fighter who has a history of starting fast and gassing out. Yes, I know Tracy doesn't have this big power, but she does have volume. I think this cardio is going to be an issue. I think we're going to see Tracy's volume overtake later in the fight. And when you have a fighter that's gassed, that's just going to be routinely being punched in the face. I'm seeing 34-1. It's worth a pizza bet.
I'll take a pizza bet. I like that.
34-1 just for her to win in the third.
Hell yeah. My last bet, Eric, I'm hitting the hardwood. Little WNBA.
On the one game today.
On the one game, and guess what? We're taking another over. We're taking the Mystics versus the Wings over 164.
The Mystics over the Wings. Okay.
Mystics Wings just over 164.
Okay.
That's the bet. Just the over, betting the total. We're betting points in the WNBA.
I like it. I like it.
It's going to be a 91 to 86 finish.
Okay.
I got 2 parlays for the people.
I got a juicy 7-team round robin parlay.
Ooh, dog. You dirty dog.
All in UFC. Oliveira, France, Ravel, Dorish, Kolbit, Borsheskov, and Ides. And if you haven't seen what Hines looks like Google UFC Hines. He looks like a dad that does taxes during the week, and then he just he's like fighting during the weekend.
Let me take a look. Oh yeah, he just looks like a regular dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those guys are the most deadly.
I love it. Here are mine. In the MLB alone, and the Diamond. Mets, Brewers, Yankees, Mariners, Guardians, Astros.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a dirty one because a lot of those are favorites. But it's plus 2,000.
Okay.
And then over Central, because we're just rooting for points today. Over 49 in the BC Rough Riders in the CFL. Over 9.5 in the Padres game. Over 9.5 in the A's. Over 8 in the Giants. And then over 164 in the WNBA. Plus 2,800. Boom.
Okay. I'm still struggling through this freaking. Still trying to put something together, buddy. Still trying to put something together.
You're trying to put a DFS lineup together?
Like trying to put a DFS lineup together for whoever asked.
For my boy, Sports Facts?
I'm trying to do it.
He's trying.
I'm trying to do it, dude.
He's doing his damnedest.
I'm doing my damnedest. I need one more outfielder. I need a catcher, and I need a second baseman.
Okay.
I need a second baseman. Oh yeah, Donnie. Donnie's in for sure. I need a catcher.
Come on, you can get it.
Okay, we'll go Sonny. And I need a outfielder.
Shout out Justin Paul Sports, my man.
Outfielder. Okay. All right, here we go. You ready for this?
Yes.
Gun to my head while doing a show, putting together a DFS lineup. We're going the Wooster as our pitcher, Zach Luttrell as our pitcher, Savi Perez as the catcher, Solano as a first baseman, Donovan as the second baseman, Max Muncy as the third baseman, Lopez as the shortstop, Springer outfielder, Lee outfielder, Jackson Cheerio outfielder. Boom.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Thank you all for watching this very special episode of Brunchtime Betting. We're getting into like the dog days of summer. We're gonna be.
You know what weekend's really gonna suck? It's gonna be that weekend, like right after the All-Star break, where there's literally like nothing going on.
Jeff chiming in. 50th anniversary of the Big Red Machine celebration in Cincinnati today. Add the Reds to my card.
Dude, is that
I already took the over in that game, but
Hulk Hogan in the profile picture?
it's so Hulk Hogan's got a beer. It's like a wax sculpture of Hulk Hogan, basically.
Did you see this
It's the
thing
real
going
Hulk
online that Hulk Hogan was like dying?
I believe it.
The Hulkster.
Steroids got to catch up to you eventually.
The Hulkster.
But thank you all for watching. Tune in next week for another awesome episode of Brunchtime Betting. Go enjoy your brunch. Go enjoy your wins. Let's get it, folks. Bye, bye, bye.